On today's show,
we play How Worried Are You with the Houston Rockets after their 0-3 start.
Brent Barry joins us in the Bone Zone to discuss Steph and his H-E-B commercial acting chops.
And can you believe it, MJ? Weekend Whoopsies back in the mix.
It's Monday, November 2nd. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to the starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast or watching us on NBA TV or YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, it's Tass Mellis.
Shaken, not stirred.
To my right, what?
Yeah. That came from Twitter user Sonia's call. She thinks I need a catchphrase. That was her suggestion.
And that's it?
No, that's it. I'm done with it. That's the only time I'm going to use it.
To his right.
I don't need a catchphrase.
It's the international man of mystery, Lee Ellis.
Friends?
Lele.
Lee.
I'm not changing mine. I don't want any suggestions.
And last but certainly not least, it's Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey, yo!
That's a catchphrase. Trey, on Friday, we asked the people, the Starters fans out there, if they had an NBA Halloween costume to send it in. Did we get any submissions?
Oh, you know what? People blasted us their images, and they're pretty good, actually. We'll start with Darth, who him and his buddies went as Chris and Cliff Paul. It's a throwback Chris Paul, but still pretty good. EJ went as the undead Mamba, as if he had succumbed to all of his injuries. Jordy Pearson, this is my favorite one, went as Penny, literal Penny Hardaway.
That's
Excellent
great.
pun. Ty, Fun Police 21, went as Steve Scheffler, who averaged 1.9 points per game and 1 rebound per game in his NBA career. Friend of the show, Sandra, went as Allen Iverson, not quite Alien Iverson, but still pretty good. And I love this pumpkin from Jeff Stewart, who etched out a beautiful Starters pumpkin. Mail that to my house, please.
All right, great stuff.
Right,
We want to hear from you guys throughout the show. You see the hashtag right there beside Trey, hashtag Starters. He's got his eye on the Twitter account. Bones coming up later in the show, but first, we got to start with the teams that are yet in the win column. Nearly 1/3 of the league doesn't have a win yet after getting close to a week of basketball here. There's 8 teams that are 0-3. The Rockets, Pelicans, Bucks, Pacers, Magic, Hornets, Lakers, and Nets. Some of those.
It's time to overreact, baby.
That's right, and 76ers still don't have a win. They're 0-2. So 9 teams don't have a win. That means it seems like a great idea to bring back the old segment we've done, How Worried Are You?
Yes.
And it's pretty straightforward. We just determine how worried we are. It's we got 5 levels from little worried to extreme worried. Level 1, milk 1 day past expiration date worried.
Not too worried, not too worried.
Level 2 gets a little worse, tummy troubles in traffic worried.
Came from the milk, probably.
Yeah,
Level
from the milk,
3,
right.
level 3, gonna miss your flight worried. Oh, I hate that one.
Oh, looks like I have tummy troubles right there as well.
Level 4, you left a candle burning at home worried. Very dangerous.
Okay.
And level 5, the worst. Daughter dating a biker worried.
Scary stuff.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw out a couple of these teams, and you're gonna determine on that scale, on that level, just how worried you are. All right. First one, I think we have to start with the Houston Rockets.
We have to.
They're 0-3. How worried are you?
Level 3, gonna miss your flight worried. I'm worried about this team because they are getting pumped. 3 games, they lose by 20 points. That's never happened in the NBA before. So when you lose by 20 points in historical fashion that way, there has to be several things they have to correct. And that's why I'm worried about them. The inconsistent lineups with the bigs, primarily Dwight Howard. He's sitting out because he's resting. This early down, when they go 0-2, he's already sitting out. I think that's a worry. That means he's really banged up. Also, combined with that, Ty Lawson and James Harden, they're starting backcourt. I'm worried about that starting backcourt defensively. I think that is a long-term projected problem for this team. And then the third reason I'm worried is James Harden. Does not look like himself. Kevin McHale can say that James Harden just has to find his rhythm, but James Harden is not taking the shots he took last year. He's taking twice as many shots. He took twice as many shots in the restricted area last year. 60% of his shots are threes this season, while only 38% were last year. He's 12% on uncontested shots. So will he find his groove? Yeah, most likely, but this is the Western Conference, and they won both their series last year because they had home court advantage in the playoffs. You keep losing, you're not going to be in the top 4 of that bracket.
I'm about the same level of worried for you. I think that once Dwight Howard gets back healthy, that's going to make a big difference.
Yeah,
he didn't
that's
play.
what I'm worried about, is if he's not playing now.
Well, he's going to play tonight against Oklahoma City Thunder. He sat out the last game, and he was suspended for the first game, and he just didn't look that great against the Golden State Warriors. But then again, it was the Golden State Warriors who are playing such incredible basketball right now. But, you know, Dwight, if you don't have a pre-season under your belt, then you basically have to get fit out on the court. And that's really tough to do for Dwight when you have a back problem like he has. So I think the Rockets will be okay. Kevin McHale, you know, we saw last year against the LA Clippers in the playoffs. They looked horrible, and he was able to turn things around very, very quickly. I think as well with Ty Lawson trying to incorporate him into your team, it's a new change, it's a new team. Things just have to get a few things go their way. But right now, their body language isn't great.
It's they're the biggest shock, definitely, because myself included, we had this team winning a lot of regular season games. Not let alone like including them in the championship contender status.
Dark horse.
I thought, Kevin McHale might be in Coach of the Year running because they would just win a lot of games. Harden, I think, was my MVP pick because they'd win a lot of games. You're right. In the ultra competitive West, you don't want to overreact only after 3 games, but you sort of even saw what happened to the Spurs last year. They started slow, 5-4, which for them is horrible, and then they went on their run. But in the end, it came back to haunt them, a couple of those losses, because, they fall out of home court advantage in the first round and get bounced in the first round.
Well, that's the thing. You mentioned in the Western Conference, 1 or 2 games can make a big difference. But
And we should point out, too, these aren't just 3 losses by a combined 10 points or something like that. You said it, Tass. They've gotten punked. I mean, if you're a championship contender, this shouldn't happen at any point in the season, losing 3 games in a row by 20+.
The way it happened on Sunday when they led 20, and then Miami clawed that 20 points back so easily in the fourth quarter. They were getting out layups and fast breaks, and Houston didn't seem to have that intensity where they were just determined to get a stop at one end. They were just kept that same sort of strategy, just shooting 3-pointers, and it just did not work.
It could get worse, too. You said it. They play the Thunder tonight on NBA TV. That will not be an easy W by any means. Whether you were 3-0 or 0-3.
There's just too many issues. That's what I'm worried about. There's not just one singular thing you can look at.
All right, next one here. We'll start with you here, Lee. How worried are you about the New Orleans Pelicans?
I'm level 2 worried. Tummy troubles in traffic worried. Now, the main reason I'm not too concerned right now is because of their 3 games the Pelicans have played, they've had to face Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors twice. Steph Curry's put up 93 points against them. Now, you could maybe look at the New Orleans Pelicans defense and think maybe they're being a bit lazy on defense, but you see Anthony Davis is coming out contesting some of those shots, and Steph Curry's still knocking them down. They actually led in this game too on Saturday night at halftime. So they're playing okay, but again, they've also got a lot of injury concerns right now. Tyreke Evans, we know he's going to be out. Drew Holiday, he's been back for 2 games, but he's on a minutes restriction still. Ryan Anderson, who missed a lot of time last year, he's looked okay. I think things will turn around. They had a tough schedule to open the season. It still gets tougher from here from them. I think they'll be okay, but they do need to start getting a W pretty soon.
See, I'm more at like level 4, left a candle burning at home, worried about the Pelicans, just because, like you're saying, so many injuries. They've had a different starting lineup all 3 games. They're starting guys who have basically been passed around the league. Nate Robinson at a time, Alonzo G. And like you said, Lee, 15 of their first 20 games are against teams that are hoping to make the playoffs this year. If you're talking at the Western Conference, if you get back that far at the start, it's hard to make up that much ground.
It is tough, but again, with Alvin Gentry, you've got a new coach. He's trying to implement a new system, and they just don't have all their players. I just think with Anthony Davis, who had that horrible start in the first game against Golden State Warriors, he's been better in the last 2. I think he's going to really put his stamp on a couple of games soon. I think the Pelicans are going to get a few W's.
I'm more worried than you are, though, because Omer Asik isn't around, and when he's not on the floor with Anthony Davis, they have a very bad defense, as John Schumann pointed out. They're not good. And then they go and play Drew Holiday a ton more minutes than he should play. He was supposed to have a minutes restriction of 15 max until January because of lower leg injuries. They played him 27 minutes the other day because they know they're desperate to get bodies out there. And I'm worried about Drew Holiday's legs, and the Pelicans should be. I'm worried that he's going to get re-aggravated because they are they're just a top-heavy team. They're not deep. And with these injuries, I'm worried that, obviously, Anthony Davis is incredible, but are they going to get to that 45-win plateau again? You can't do it all.
The Rockets are happy the Pelicans are 0-3, and I'm sure the Pelicans are happy the Rockets are 0-3, because those are 2 teams that most of us have trying to get into the Western Conference playoffs. All right, final one here. Tass, back to you. How worried are you about the Milwaukee Bucks?
Oh, not at all. Level 1, day after milk expiration. No problem.
Just chug it.
I'm chugging that milk. I'm chugging the Bucks Kool-Aid milk, whatever you want to call it. I'm totally fine with the Bucks in the situation that they're in. Listen, they are the 2nd worst defense right now. They had the 2nd best defense last season. Is this going to hold up? I don't think so whatsoever. They're just trying to figure out who they are. They're playing in the Eastern Conference. They just have a whole lot of new parts. And things just aren't working out. Their injuries, they're actually getting healthier, but the first few games they haven't been healthy. I think there's a lot of moving parts. They play in the East. They've looked okay. They've had some very tough teams that they've played. I think they're fine.
You agree with that?
Yes and no. I mean, Greg Munro was their big off-season signing, and they wanted to have someone who could score in the low post. He's been okay for them, but I'm more worried about their defensive issues, and that's the thing with Greg Munro. We know he's a good offensive player, but he does give a little bit back on the defensive end. So Jason Kidd has to find a way to get him to contribute more defensively. But also, I wonder if teams saw what the Bucks did last year and they're a bit more ready for them this year.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, they caught a lot of teams
And
by surprise.
let's be honest too. This team has not been good since the Brandon Knight trade.
Yeah,
since
that's
they
right.
traded for Michael Carter-Williams,
Yeah.
they're now regular season 11-21, 11-18 last year, 0-3 this season. We got a poll for you guys, live poll. Jump on Twitter with your response. It's very simple. Which 0-3 team are you most worried about? Hashtag worried Rockets. Hashtag worried Pelicans. Hashtag worried Bucks. And we threw in the Pacers there. Hashtag worried Pacers. Let us know. We'll check in with Trey a little bit later in the show for the live results. Gotta take a break. When we come back, are the Warriors better than they were last year? Is Steph Curry an alien? We'll ask Brent Barry in the Bone Zone.
Yes.
It's back. Come on back. You're watching The Starters. Back with The Starters, and oh, it's been so long into the Bone Zone with two-time champ
Way too official.
and looking great,
I gotta go to work.
Brent Barry. Look, this isn't work, is
Last
it?
year wasn't
This part.
This is the fun part.
This is just hanging out. Bones, how you
Nice
doing?
to see you guys.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
And congrats on the new set. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Really, really cool stuff.
We want to jump right into it because we got a lot to talk to you about here after only barely a week of basketball, or not even a week of basketball.
Yep.
First things first, you sent us a...
No, we can overreact. It's okay.
No, we won't
what we
overreact.
do.
That's what we're supposed to do.
I wanted to know about this Halloween pic that you sent us. That is you, the tall one there.
That is.
What are you?
It's it's not a great picture. It's not my good side either, but at my kids' school, none of those are my children, by the way. I have two boys. Neither one is Quinn or Kate, but I go to the school in that costume and I walk around the campus. I don't think the campus security appreciates it.
I doubt it.
But I'm usually outside the windows of the classrooms and I'm creeping around a little bit. And
I don't go to like third grade. That's my cutoff. I don't want to have them have nightmares. But from
weird after
fourth
that,
grade up, all good.
That's all fair.
Yeah.
game.
And
So-
those kids are, I'm sure, entirely fine with you putting their photo on television.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those kids love it. Yeah, absolutely. We've
cleared that.
signed the waivers.
Yeah, waivers were signed.
Yeah, okay, good.
All right, let's get into this. Let's start with the Golden State Warriors,
Yeah.
who have started this season
Those guys are good.
on a tear. Yeah, you know,
This is awesome.
fresh off the title and Steph Curry fresh off the MVP. They look to some extent better than they even were. Is that
Yeah.
after what you've seen from 3 games, safe to say?
Yeah, I mean, there have been signs where you could say there's improvement. 3 games is so small, but they really absolutely just look all together. And I think one of the things that's really interesting about the Warriors coming out of the blocks is the situation with Steve Kerr and their coach not being there. I think it shows a lot of their character as a basketball team, doing what they're doing for Luke Walton and Bruce Frazier and Rod Adams as members of the staff, about how much they appreciate, respect, and understand the job that those guys have to do, that they don't want to look like the substitute teachers here.
Right.
We're going to start screwing around and, put the whoopee
cushion, they still make those, right?
Yeah, I think
We're
so.
gonna put that under.
Yeah, I know it's all
take one
electronic
in
now,
next
right?
time,
There's like
yeah.
an app to fart on.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
But,
That's a good app, by the way.
Yeah. So, but I think that's what the Warriors are doing, and to me, maybe a little fodder with the respect issue and all that kind of stuff. This is a great team. This team had one of the best years that the league has ever seen in terms of their offense and defensive production, and they're coming out of the gates just wanting to let people know that we are for real. And it's been fantastic for the team, but Steph Curry has also been an absolute treat to watch.
Is
It's
he
been
one of the
amazing.
most unique players
Yeah.
you've ever seen?
Yeah.
He is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's pulling up
Transcendent.
5 feet
Yes.
from the three-point line with Anthony Davis, as you
Yeah.
said, Lee, earlier. In his face,
yeah.
is still
But don't you guys get excited to see a player like that, to have the league have these guys come along? No, this is what the league is all
Yeah.
about. The evolution of the game and where we're going. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki was like this as a 7-footer playing the forward position, shooting threes. We had that phase go through, and now, LeBron James dominating in his position, his size, his strength, his skill. Steph is like the next guy.
Yeah.
As to what is possible to do at that position. The one interesting thing I will tell you guys regarding Steph, though, is this. I read a lot of articles over the last couple of weeks because of Steph Curry's start about what it means to the kids who are watching what Steph is doing and how they should believe that they can do what it is Steph is doing. Steph's situation and upbringing is so unique.
Yeah,
You've
without-
got to not dismiss the fact that he grew up in an NBA household, watched his father, was around the game. I wonder what that's like. but what he did is so unique that I think plays into how and who and what it is that he's doing in such a fascinating way to go along with it. But it's been awesome.
Well, speaking of that, it seems like the game is really slowing down for him, and that's what he's talking about. I mean, he's doing all these technological drills where he's just working on his hands and just establishing, hey, a guy's got his left foot ahead. That's where I'm going.
Right.
Just sort of mental triggers for himself. Did that ever happen to you, where the game just really slowed down?
There was probably around the 7th year, and this is his 7th season in the league. You can really start to get into the minutia of the game and to find those kind of details. Now, this is a whole nother level with Steph because he knows he's going to have the ball. He knows the places on the floor he's going to have the ball. He knows his opponents now because he's seen them time and time again. He knows the way the defenses are going to attack him. He can see them before they're coming. I mean, it's a lot like a quarterback in the league that has played against every defense there is possible. The Peyton Manning calling out the blitzes and where they're coming from, or the Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Steph is entering that zone where he can predict and see things that are coming and do things to take teams out of it with his skill set at his size. That's the amazing thing. Lastly, it's lightning in a bottle. For him to come along at a time when the league is doing what it's doing, opening up the pace and space kind of mentality that everybody will talk about throughout the year. I mean, this guy embodies everything that this game is about right now with what he can do.
It's unbelievable. On Friday, let's keep this moving. We could talk about Steph Curry all night.
And we will all year long.
And we probably
Yeah,
will. You're right.
we will.
On Friday, though, this is a lot of fun. The Spurs and HEB released their latest batch of commercials.
Always a good
I know diehard fans, or at least Spurs fans, definitely know what we're talking about here. They do this every year with the players. A lot of fun. So you see them here, a couple of them. We were doing some sort of research, and we were trying to remember, were you in these? Because you, of course, were on the Spurs, and a couple came to mind. There was one where you were playing the bongos and stuff like that. But there was one that we hadn't seen before.
You brought the burger?
So,
Oh, yes, we did.
I think we have the burger one. JD, can we play the burger HEB Brent Berry commercial, please?
Hi, I'm Brent, and this is my HEB burger commercial. I love HEB ground beef because it's ground fresh every day.
Well, I like HEB ground beef because it tastes great, and the prices are cool too.
Well, I like mine with ketchup.
Ketchup? How can you put ketchup on a hamburger?
Well, you don't even know what you're talking about. You got seeds on the brain.
Yeah, well, you're bald.
Yeah, well, bald is beautiful.
HEB. Here, everything's better.
Wow.
Not one of the better ones that they've done.
I want
Hey,
to
Adam Sandler's royalty is on that or what? Look like a little Billy Madison. Shampoo is better. Conditioner is
we got
better.
ourselves an HEB commercial.
Bones, great to have you
Oh,
back.
hey, Byron,
In
last
the Bones-
thing.
What's up?
I'm going to work on a Bone Zone acoustic
Oh, yeah.
Intro.
An intro.
intro.
All right.
Next week. That's my goal. I'll try to have it next week.
All right.
All right.
Brent Berry
wait for that.
in the house. Great to have the Bone Zone back. Got to take a break. Coming up, Chris Bosh. He's pumped because he knows it's the return of Weekend Whoopsies. Come on back. You're watching the starters.
A Bone Zone theme song? Yeah! Chris is pumped.
We had some great basketball over the weekend, but we had our fair share of whoopsies, Tess.
Danilo Gallinari really goes for this pass. I mean, he really goes for it.
Need a little more top spin.
On Friday, LeBron's got a handshake for everyone. A five-step handshake, it feels like, for everyone, except, keep your eye, Matthew Dellavedova, just handshake.
Yeah, that's all you got.
Yeah,
the old
everyone
Barry
else,
Barra handshake.
everyone else, we're doing everything here.
The Mozgov at the end is
Dellavedova?
such an insult.
Just a handshake. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Andre Iguodala celebration after this Harrison Barnes dunk. Check the bench. This is the dunk is incredible, but right there on the sideline, the happy feet of Andre Iguodala. Oh, that's gorgeous.
This guy's a king of the dance moves on the court.
Yeah.
It really is. Friday night, Lakers Kings. Keep an eye on DeMarcus Cousins. Just wants to check out Swaggy P's hair there. Mr. Tough, bro. Look at that. Just grab it on.
Can't blame him. That thing's irresistible.
Didn't phase Swaggy P.
This is an odd move by Rajon Rondo. Check the bench. He actually is pulling on the shorts of Wesley Johnson during gameplay. Little tug, probably a couple tugs,
Yeah.
just to get Wesley off his game.
J.R. Smith's like, why didn't I think of that?
That's
That's
a
a
tag.
good move. Love this from Sunday. Michael Jordan got his hands on the box score, and something just shocked him. It reminds of Rondo a couple years ago. He's just baffled. So very similar. I think Rondo still wins the shock box score look, but good stuff from NJ.
Jared Sullinger, I mean, this is mean. Just misses a hook shot big
Ooh,
time.
that's
That's mean.
well
People
short.
ask why anyone doesn't do the hook shot anymore. Maybe
A little short. A little short. Friday night, Will Barton. Got to beat the shot clock, right? No, check the time. There's lots of time there.
Wide open look, though.
Yeah, about 12 seconds to go. End of the third quarter. He's going to just pull up from half.
No, that's not good. This isn't good either. Spencer Haas had a very rough Sunday. Just overall, very rough. Gets the ball up top. Oh, passes it right to Kent Bazemore. A quick look.
He was open.
Oh, nice look right there. And then this possession is a very rough one for Spencer Haas. Kind of lets this pass go. All right. Okay, you got a chance to make up for it.
All right.
Gonna make something happen here.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm spinning.
All right.
Drops it off.
Okay.
Things are looking good. Gets it back. No. Okay, here we go. I got it back. All right. Fancy dribble.
Good stuff.
Here we go. One.
Catch!
two,
Almost.
Yeah. I agree, Stevie.
All right. You could also add a weekend whoopsie to those Hawks uniforms. The mix and match.
Mix and
Not
match. I
feeling
like
that.
the unis, just the mix and match.
Yeah, I don't like that. We nearly had a wedgie this weekend, Tass.
We're calling it a leggy. We don't know the proper terms for these things, but this one, call it a heel lock, a heel stall. I don't know.
That's a leggy.
That's
yeah.
a leggy.
Ooh, it might be a ball stall. Some are saying it's a
Ball
ball stall.
stall's good. Now we're going with leggy on top of the backboard when it gets stuck there, and on the heel to go along with our wedgie. Great
Hey,
branding.
as long as it's official.
But we're not counting it as a wedge.
No.
Okay, don't put it up on the board. Gotta take a break. When we come back, Lili's very solid play of the night. A whole lot more. You're watching the starters. Back with the starters. Time for our pick'em play tonight. We all got the Bucks. Fear the deer, we all say. And Lee, good job. You gained a game there on Friday night. Tonight's game's on NBA TV. We have some great ones. Thunder at Rockets. We already talked about that one a little bit. 8 p.m. Eastern. It starts here on the network, followed by the Grizzlies and Warriors. Warriors trying to go 4-0. Steph Curry trying to break the internet. Good luck to that. Lily, let's get to your very solid play of the night.
We are going to Oklahoma City, and it's a beautiful bounce pass from French big man Joffrey Laverne.
Oh,
Only man
yeah.
who home over to rival Tas Melis. Beautiful layup, and that's what I call a very solid play.
Awesome. Trey, we asked the people to jump on Twitter, use the hashtag worried about whatever team. Who's leading the most worried poll?
Looks like the Rockets are going to take it home. 40% of our fans are super worried about the Rockets, and I can't blame them.
All right, yeah, hashtag worried Rockets. Got to try and get a win tonight. Guys, thanks for joining us. Stick around for game time. We'll be back tomorrow.
Looking forward to that. Who you guys got? Thunder Rockets tonight.
I'll go with Thunders.
Go on, Thunder.
I'm going Rockets because it's not in the poll, so it doesn't matter.
All right, thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, if you upload the ugliest photo of yourself as a profile picture, no one can ever be disappointed.
Brace the night, people.